Good. What about you?
So I have been single since the end of 2022, and
So like 3 years?
yeah,
4 years?
I was in an age gap relationship. I was 23, he was 43 at the time.
Yeah, 20 years. All right. Is that your longest relationship?
It was about 6 months. My longest relationship was my high school relationship. It was about 3 years, but I don't know how much that really counts. We were children.
Okay. So single for 3 years. Do you shoot content with men?
No, I am strictly solo
Okay.
content, and it is only topless.
And then the 3 years you've been single, any guys in the picture?
I've definitely dated, but I would say right after that relationship ended, I started my OnlyFans, and since then I've kind of realized in dating that a lot of the guys I was dating before are very similar to the guys who follow me on my OnlyFans, and so kind of being a walking fetish for the majority of my life, I have to be very picky and choosy about the men that I choose to be with, and so that has left me a little bit preferring to be single until I find the right person.
Wait, you have to be choosy because of your breast size?
Well, it's more so based off of like the intention of why they want to date me. You know, a lot of men love dating big boob women, but they don't really want to get to know who I am. They just want to have sex with me. Which, I also want like a relationship where we have conversations and they're not always just trying to suck on them.
That's fair.
I feel like that's fair, right?
That's fair.
I mean,
We'll give it
the
to
origination of most people's romantic interest in any particular individual
Of course.
would be
Attraction.
physical attraction.
No, 100%. But
But
sometimes
if
it's just like
I suppose if it's super like a fetishization,
Yeah.
like an obsession, that could be weird. But
it's like
I
I get
mean,
really annoyed after like 5 minutes of nipple pinching. Like I'm like, please stop touching me.
Do you have that weird thing where like the guy's like trying to feed you and get you to gain?
Oh my
feeders.
gosh, yes, I
Yeah,
do have
it's
feeders.
It's
I
like
do.
Amberlyn Reed. You
Yeah.
guys I don't know if you're familiar with her, but she's a YouTube icon. But yeah, people are always trying to feed her.
Yeah.
She's like 600 pounds.
It's definitely a problem for me because I don't want to be 600 pounds, but they give me so much money.
to eat.
Yeah.
Eat?
That's I mean
People are paying
literally.
you to
And they
eat?
want you to eat it on camera.
Yeah,
usually.
and I always throw it up afterwards though.
what?
Well,
Yeah.
that doesn't sound good.
Well, it's because like
that-
I'll eat until the food is at my throat, and then there's no way to not then throw up afterwards.
Why are people paying you to feed you?
Because they want to see me be messy. They want to see me
With like it all
gross.
food on your
On my
boob?
I'll put ketchup on my boob and dip my burger in the ketchup and eat it.
There's like
Is
weird,
that a turn on for
There's
men?
weird stuff too, actually, because I've actually looked into it. Because like I'm like, why do I? And I don't watch that much mukbang, but I looked into it. I'm like, this is kind of interesting. What is mukbang? But there's like two folds to it. There's like the sexual aspect, and there's also people that have like weird eating issues.
Yeah.
And so they like to watch other people eat. Like it's because they're either
helps them eat.
Yeah,
Either
either,
they
either
don't
they're like
eat.
overeating or they're undereating. So sometimes they like to watch other people eat because you can. People don't realize you can actually look at somebody eating in your brain. Like if you see somebody eating a hamburger, you can kind of taste it in
Yeah,
a weird way.
yeah.
Your body just has that weird muscle memory.
100%.
Yeah.
What about you?
I'm still thinking about making her eat. What was the question? Dating, single. Okay, I'm married, and my longest relationship is 13 years with husband number 1. Husband number 2 is closely pulling up at 12 years, married for 9. And I had 11 years between marriages where I was in some serious relationships, but I did a lot of dating. And it was really hard and illuminating and eye-opening, and I think has helped me be a better therapist than if I had been just married for 100 years.
Gotcha. So 2 marriages.
2 marriages.
Any kids?
Yes, I have 2 daughters who are 22 and 24
From the first marriage?
from husband 1.
Husband 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Both of them from
Both of
husband
them
one.
from husband 1.
Okay,
And
do you have
husband
any-
2 has 2 kids, so
So
I have
you
2
have
step yeah.
stepkids,
But
gotcha.
they're like in their late 20s, and
Gotcha.
so we're in that empty nest phase.
Empty nest. Gotcha. Okay. The first marriage, it was 13 years, you said?
Well, we were married for 7.5 years,
Together
but
for
yes.
13.
So I met him when I was 18 on the first day of school my sophomore year at Tulane, and that's actually how I got to
college.
Florida. He moved me there for his job.
Was he your age?
He was 2 years older than I was,
Okay.
but we graduated at the same time, and
Gotcha.
yeah,
And who initiated the divorce?
I initiated the divorce.
What was the reason?
I mean, okay. So the easy answer, of course, is that we grew apart, but there was was a lot of, okay, we were young and we didn't communicate well. And really for me, if I'm honest, it's that he was emotionally disconnected. I felt alone in the marriage. I tried really hard to find ways to get through to him, and I couldn't. And so eventually I checked out and became very resentful and angry. And finally I got to the point where even though I had 2 little kids, no matter what he said or did, wasn't going to turn it around.
I see. And was it a contentious divorce, or was
It
he?
was.
Okay.
It was. I think that for some people, this is my personal opinion about him. He would maybe tell you something different, but I think it wounded his ego to be left. And at that point, even though he was I was very quickly replaced by somebody who had nothing to do with the divorce, and I really believe that. But it wasn't 2 months into our separation till another woman was living in my house, part-time mothering my kids. And I thought that a friend of mine set them up, and I encouraged it, thinking he would be nicer to me and we would be amicable once he was dating, and it didn't help at all. To this day, I feel like it's not as amicable as I wish it was. But we can get along on the surface. We go to the graduations and the birthdays.
Is he still with that girl?
Yeah, they're married.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and they seem very happy, and I'm happy for them. I really don't care.
Did he pay you alimony?
He paid me 2 years of alimony.
Okay.
But I think that he really got away with not paying me much at all because my own parents got divorced when I was young, and it was very contentious, and I was afraid of fighting. So I just bowed out and said, I think his tactic was, if you leave me, I'm not going to give you a lot of money and you won't have anything. I had no career at that point, none. I had been a stay-at-home mom. And I basically was like, screw off. I'm smart. I'm smarter than you. I'll figure it out. I don't need or want your money, which sounds noble, but it really was a shit show as I was a young single mom and didn't have any career for a while.
Shared custody?
Shared custody.
50-50?
Yeah. I'm really close to my dad, so I didn't want to deny him that.
Was he paying you child support?
Yes, and I did get child support all the way through until my kids went to college. But it really didn't amount to that much. I went through a lot of really hard years where I had to work, go to grad school, live on student loans, take care of my kids, and I didn't feel like he was really very helpful or understanding. It was more like, look at the bed you made, and now you have to lie in it.
Just curious, how much was he paying you? I'm sure it changed over the course of 18 years.
Yeah, I mean, I'm divorced for 20 years. So at the beginning, I think I probably got around $6,000 a month in like child support and alimony. But this is a man who made a lot of money. So
well, can we separate the alimony and the child support? So
yeah, I just don't remember.
And alimony was 2 years, right?
2 years.
But so from the initiation of the divorce, at that point, he was paying you $6,000.
$7,000. So he was paying me, I just remembered. So I got about $2,500 a month for child support, something like that, and about $5,000 a month for alimony.
Was he a high earner?
Yes.
Okay.
And this is, again, I got divorced in 2005.
Yeah.
So this is a long...
That money went further back then.
Yes. Yes.
Well, so, but you said you only had alimony for 2 years.
Yeah.
For how much was the child support once the alimony stopped?
So the child support, I actually got less child support when the alimony stopped. But again, and this is why for any of you young women, if you ever find yourself in this situation, I was so traumatized by what my parents went through in New York State, where it's very hard to get divorced, watching them fight for years over money and custody, that I didn't want to haggle at all. And I should have, because maybe it sounds like no money to you, or maybe it sounds like a lot, but relative to what my ex-husband made, I really got very little money, and it was never enough to feel remotely comfortable, even working and going to school. So I wish I had fought a little harder. What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, I think this child support thing where the child support is for the benefit of the child,
Yeah.
right? And so children, I mean, I don't know if the children had any illnesses or anything like that.
No.
They're not that expensive. And I think the child support system doesn't really take into consideration the actual cost of raising a child. So, I mean, I find it a bit dubious that, well, I wasn't getting paid enough. It's like, it sounds like you're getting paid what, $2,000 to $3,000 a month. That's pretty good. I mean, that seems fair.
You are entitled to your opinion, but on the flip side, I made a decision with my husband at the time to relocate away from my family. I did better in college than he did. I graduated cum laude as a double major. We made a joint decision for me to stay home with the children. I then could not move. At the time that I got divorced, I had not worked for, 4 or 5 years at his request. So the point of this is that I can't afford at this juncture to even rent a place and provide a home for the child. So it's not just a matter of putting food on the table. The courts want you to at least give a decent standard of living for your children. Now, our standards of living, most people will argue in court, which I did not do, that you should maintain the same lifestyle you had. I was living a very high lifestyle at the time, and I went into living a very middle of the road lifestyle. And none of that money was like keeping me, and I went to work immediately. Whatever the opinion is, I didn't have enough money to do anything but go to work and immediately try to build a career so that I could support myself.
What state were you living in at the
Florida.
time? So, you said, though, for the first 2 years, you were receiving the alimony combined with child support.
Yeah.
That's $7,000 a month for a 2-year period back in 2002? 2005.
It's $84,000 a year.
Yeah.
So, in the housing prices back in Florida, maybe you could rent like a 2 to 3 bedroom house in Florida for $1,000, $2,000, maybe. I don't even know.
Not that low. Not that low. I bought a house. I bought a house.
2005 in Florida? Well, I don't know. In any case,
where I live in Winter Park, it's not inexpensive to live.
Taste, so Brian. No, you know what I mean.
I do have expensive taste, but I lost my ability to have an expensive taste. I hear what you're saying. It may sound like that, but I felt very poor. That's the reality.
Wait, it's not. But you had, first off, it probably wasn't just that. I'm assuming there was like a distribution of community property.
There was no community. It was just that.
Was there a house?
There was a house, and at the end, I walked away with about $20,000 in the bank.
Can I make a point?
That seems pretty good to me.
Okay. Well, it definitely didn't seem good to me.
I think that's fine.
In about 2012, I was living in Florida, and my parents got divorced while I was in the 7th grade. My dad kind of bankrupted our whole family, and out of the divorce, my mother, for 3 children in 2012, got $400 a month, no alimony, and she had to restart her whole life. She hadn't worked since I was born, besides being a freelance photographer, and she had to find a job and do everything on her own, and that was definitely a struggle for her.
Well,
I'm sure.
There's a bit of difference in circumstance here.
No, for sure.
$400 a month versus $7,000 a month.
It depends what the husband earns.
I personally object to that metric. I think there ought to be some caps on child support. For example, in California, it's just based off income. There's no cap. So, and I think most states there's no cap. So, if you're making millions and millions of dollars a year, what you're basically, it's just wealth transfer.
Yeah.
It's not actually has anything to do, it's not commensurate at all with the actual costs of raising a child. So, I think some of these ridiculous child support payments are not in line at all with the actual cost of raising a child, which I think is what it should be for.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be it shouldn't be wealth transfer. It should be child support, not I'm going to continue providing a luxury lifestyle for the woman who divorced me.
So what do you think of the perspective that, if a husband makes more money and the wife divorces, and so the husband should not have to pay for the wife to have, an equal lifestyle, should the husband not then be the one taking care of the children? If the mom can't afford,
they have split custody?
They did, but if he's not giving all that child support.
In the split custody situation, I would actually make a compelling argument that there should be no child support.
Yeah. No, but if the kids are then going to live a much worse life half the time, shouldn't the dad just be the one to take care of them? He can provide a better life for them.
Or the mom. If the mom makes more money, then the mom pays.
Give the dad full custody. I'm in favor.
Yeah.
Why not?
It is like his children, and she chose to leave.
Look, to be fair, I'm fine with 50-50 custody.
Yeah.
And I think, if there's some compelling argument that she's completely skillless and she's going to be homeless, I can see some compelling arguments for child support in this situation. In any case, she had 2 years of alimony, which should have covered that. And you graduated from college.
Yeah, but it takes years to build up income.
How old were you when you were divorced?
I was 31 when I got divorced, and I had not worked since I was 24, and I had worked for like 2 or 3 years out of college.
I kind of think that's a windfall for women. This idea that everything for you was paid for years. You didn't have to work. Your rent was
Being
paid.
a mother's a job.
Imagine me as a dude. I was just living off my girlfriend. Didn't have to pay rent. Didn't have.
But lots of guys
flip the
do
roles,
that now.
Flip the roles.
Yeah.
And y'all will be very tilted about if a man tries to siphon money from women. This idea that, she didn't have to work and the guy was paying for everything. I think that's a windfall for the women.
Well, here, let me ask you guys a question.
And
What
what do
about
you do when you
Kevin
get divorced?
Federline? You guys know Kevin Federline?
Yeah,
And
he just wrote a book.
I know. And what happens when I say Kevin Federline?
W.
I think of Brittany.
I know you think of Brittany, but why? Because Brittany had to pay him all
Yeah.
the alimony.
Yeah.
And what did you guys think about that one? I think it's audio only.
Let's just have a chat.
Glad to know. 'Cause
back.
I almost told you something else.
And
Okay, where were we?
talking about like child
Alimony.
We're talking about alimony,
alimony,
child support.
alimony.
We're talking about Kevin Federline. How ridiculous.
Yeah,
how he
all
got paid
I
millions of
know,
dollars.
if I marry a man, anything like that, because I know that I'm the one who makes, I don't know if I'll find a man who makes more money than I do. I am all for prenups and like, everyone
Me
should
too.
have one.
And I have that with my husband now. We're totally.
That is good. Yeah.
And I think we're back.
And I would never make those same choices I made.
Yeah.
Again, having lived through what I've
Well,
lived
I do
through.
think that's very thoughtful.
No, I would never do that. And I did not fight for money at all. And there was a lot of money on the line. So, that's not like, that's not my personal value system. All I can tell you is in my experience, it was much harder to support myself than I envisioned. Like, I was like, I'm fine. I'll go get a sales job. I'll make a great living. I found it very hard to having all those years out of the workforce. I think things have changed a little. Again, this is 20 years ago, but I would never, ever, I tell my daughters every day, whatever you do, don't give up your career completely because you don't know what's going to happen and it's too hard to recover.
It couldn't even be a divorce. It could just be your husband dying, and then that's
or your
that's
husband
hard.
could leave you. You think your life's great, and all of a sudden you get like a Post-it note on the
He's
stairs.
dead, and now he's dating a man.
Gosh, that's bad.
I had a client whose husband, she came home and they've been married 30 years, and there was literally a Post-it note on the.
Wait, you said something interesting. You had that?
You had that, a Post-it note?
No,
Yeah, no.
About you.
No. So go back. So you're dating a guy, then you came out gay.
This was years ago in high school. I dated a guy for about a year.
I guess high school they're kind of
Yeah.
They might be.
Yeah.
And he then told you he was gay.
Well, actually, no, he refused to tell me. I found out on Facebook back when it first, I guess, came out that he was making a lot of, when dance videos were a thing with your,
On TikTok?
YouTube.
Oh, you said
Before TikTok, way before TikTok.
So sorry about the lag there, guys. It looks like we got it fixed. It was about 2 or 3 minutes there. My apologies. Really quick, getting back to the topic at hand. Alex had brought up a point that Britney Spears was paying child support to Kevin Federline, and I just Googled it really quick. She was paying him, by the end of it, $40,000 a month in child support. I believe they have 2 kids together. $40,000 a month in child support. Personally, I think this, although it's a woman paying it to a man, even then, I think this is incredibly excessive. It doesn't cost $40,000 a month to raise children. So, and then also recently, Halle Berry, she was married to like some male supermodel. They got divorced. I'm not sure who initiated it. And she's having to pay him child support. I don't know if anybody in the chat can tell us how much, do you guys know how much Halle Berry is paying her ex-husband in child support and alimony or whatever? I think it's even more than what, Halle Berry, like child
Get
support.
the
I mean, the
prenup.
theory is to maintain an equal standard of living for the kids, but it does seem outrageous.
Oops.
I think kids will be happy
She pays
as long as
$8,000 a month.
they see that their
8,000?
parents are
That's
happy.
Very.
That's not too bad.
It's not crazy.
I mean, it's a lot.
Plus 4.3.
it's still weird that she's paying him,
Yeah,
though.
yeah.
I mean, that's still.
I
you know.
love it.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
love
there
it.
you go. Well, it's like all these women, you know, they complain about the gender wage gap when in reality, OnlyFans, that's where the biggest gender wage gap is. Guys make no money and
tragedy.
girls make all the money. So,
Tragedy.
you know, you guys are a bunch of hypocritical hoes. So we're sick of it. No, but that is true. You know,
But these are all new phenomenons that women have these ways to make money.
I know, but I mean, I guess there's not that many different ways, though. I mean, OnlyFans. I mean, is that the new thing? What's the new thing?
You could be doing TikTok.
What about you?
Currently in a relationship since about April. 2 divorces.
2 divorces. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
So 6 months, your current boyfriend? Mm-hmm. Okay. And 2 divorces.
Yes.
You're 34. Let's do a bit of a timeline. First marriage?
First marriage was 2014. That lasted about 4 years. And then second marriage, 2021 to just this year.
Kids?
Yes.
How
I
many
have
kids?
3.
From how many fathers?
2. So I have 2 to my first marriage and then 1 from a guy I dated in high school.
Okay, so high school father, then you got married, but not to him.
Correct.
So 2 fathers.
Yes.
Do you plan on having more kids, or are you tapped
No,
out?
I'm done.
You're done. Okay. Has it been an issue dating, like the 2 father thing? Is that been
No,
a problem? Or
it's been
2
okay.
fathers? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then question the 2 divorces. Who initiated them?
I did for both.
For both. And briefly, what was the reason for the first one?
The first one, just he was kind of manipulative and controlled.
Controlling?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Not really. That was kind of it.
Really quickly, how was he controlling?
I couldn't spend any money. I had to get permission to spend anything. I didn't work. I stayed at home. I had to cook. I had to clean.
Wait, hold on. We can dive into those first few things, but cooking and cleaning is
Well,
controlling?
no. Like, so he was to the point where if I didn't have dinner ready when he expected it to be ready, he would be upset.
What did he do for work?
He worked at a phone store.
Like a retail?
Like a
he
sales.
did retail?
T-Mobile?
Like sales, yeah. Like,
So he's on his feet all day?
I mean, kind of.
Is that like a minimum wage job, or?
Well, it got based off of
Is he a
commission.
manager?
No,
Okay,
well,
he makes sales commission.
yeah.
Okay, and you stayed home and he provided everything?
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have dinner ready when he got home?
Well, I had to maintain 2 small children at the time.
Was he like strict about the recipe or something? Was he like, it's got to be hamburger helper or something?
No. He wasn't anything like that. No. I mean, that really wasn't like the main thing. The main thing was I couldn't go hang out with people. I couldn't, like, if I wanted to go to the gym, like, I had to be home within a certain amount of time.
Okay.
Just little things like that that's kind of like added up, if that makes sense.
Okay. And, but you said manipulative too. How was he manipulative?
Just kind of like made me feel bad for wanting to do something.
Like what?
Like if I wanted to buy myself like a new outfit, he'd be like, well, we got to use this money for.
Well, and you guys had kids, right?
Yeah.
Mind you, you had a kid from a previous partner.
Yes.
So, okay, this guy's already a fucking saint as it is. So,
Well, he didn't really treat my first child.
well, I don't know all the details, but in
Yeah,
any
yeah.
case, just off of what you're telling me here, isn't it prudent, especially if you're the one who's actually making the money, and it doesn't sound like he had a high-paying job, isn't it kind of makes sense that he's like, no, you're not going to buy that because we have rent, we have to pay for food, we have 2 children. I'm assuming this guy made fucking no money.
You would be correct.
Well, then it's like, hey,
But, like-
babe, we can't go buy X thing because I'm working a shitty retail job. Of course, that makes total sense.
But was she trying to shop at like Gucci or like TJ?
Doesn't matter if he's like, nah, we can't afford it. End of story.
But was it like that, or was he mean to you about your choices and your desire for freedom outside of the relationship?
He would make it sound like he wasn't mean. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he would just kind of, he was very good with his words.
Did you have friends that you were
No.
allowed to go see? Yes.
No.
And, you know.
So his friends kind of became my friends. And one of our friends, and this is going to sound bad, who ended up being my second husband, stopped coming to our house because he said he didn't like the way he talked to me. And
Wait, so you started dating one of your buddy's good friends?
the friend he was worried about and
That's
didn't
bad.
want ended up becoming
And then
listen, I know I'm not a good person.
Yeah, that's
like
bad.
I'm a shit bag. That's okay.
Wait, what's the timeline on that? So you were friends with a guy, and then you started dating
In
your
the friend group, she started banging her boyfriend's best friend.
No, they weren't best friends.
Well, they were close enough.
Were they- were you still
Let's get this
together?
straight. They were not best friends.
And not anymore, they're not.
Wait, the two guys, you had been with both of them romantically?
after she divorced the first
After
one.
I divorced the first one.
Was there
Wait,
overlap?
I'm so confused. Hold
Yeah, there was some overlap.
No, there
Oh,
wasn't.
okay.
There was no overlap.
Wait, explain it. Sorry, maybe I'm just stupid. Explain it to me. So, okay, there's a friend group. You slept with one of the guys in the friend group.
After the divorce.
Okay, I see. Okay. Oh, okay. So, and wait, did you?
There was
you
no
meet, you met
fucking
him?
during.
That's fine. That's fine. You met him. He was first friends with your ex-husband.
They worked together, yes.
Oh, a coworker. Oh my gosh, that makes it way more complicated.
Listen, I know.
Did they continue to work together when you
boy.
guys?
Well, after, so
So you caused them both
my
to lose their job?
No. My second marriage, he left prior to us getting together.
Okay. Well, I guess that's a little better.
Wait, so you're married now to the friend?
We're divorced now.
Okay.
That
Okay. But
divorce-
you did marry the friend
Yes.
ultimately. Oh, okay.
Oh, the second marriage was the friend.
Yeah.
So you have a thing
the
for
second marriage was
the
the
friend.
friends.
So do you just have a thing for
Yikes.
phone salesmen then?
No.
Okay, but wait, here's what I'm curious about. It sounds like I'll take your word that the first husband was manipulative. I mean, he was a dick. But with the second friend, there's no overlap. But when he was picking up on, was he picking on something legitimate? Did you have like a feeling for him or a flirtation, even if you didn't consummate it? There was nothing.
No, I actually tried to hook him up with my sister.
But you didn't have like a little side crush.
Wait. Your ex, after you divorced your ex, you said.
No, the new guy. The
No,
new
the
guy.
new guy.
When she was
Before
married-
we
The second
Originally,
phone
yeah, that
salesman.
happens. Girls
Yeah.
date guys, they try to
Yeah.
recommend to somebody else. Okay, I got confused.
I know listen, I'm not a good person.
Plot
I know that.
thickened.
Well, I don't think any of this makes you not a good person.
I don't think that that's
Yeah.
good, but I feel like you saying that there's other skeletons in your closet. What do you say it like that? I mean, it can't be just because you're
Well,
banging your ex-husband's
No,
good
because
buddy.
people look at that and they're like, "Oh, you're
messy as hell.
messy."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you see yourself as messy?
I don't think so. I just try to be
Good.
happy.
Yeah.
is my
You're
main
being
thing.
unapologetically yourself, and
Yeah.
I guess that is good. But
Also,
you
it's
should
not,
be.
yeah, and it sounds like a coincidence. You knew the guy, and after the marriage ended, maybe you developed an attraction.
All right, a couple clarifying questions here. You had a kid with somebody, your guy you were dating in high school?
Yes.
That was the first one before the first marriage. Then you had your second kid with the guy from the first marriage.
I had
first
two
guy,
kids.
was he? Yeah, 2 kids.
Yeah.
Was he paying you child support? The first guy.
Yes, for a little bit. I don't
Did he-
get child support
I
anymore.
applaud you for not getting an abortion. That's good.
Well, thank you.
Well, in high school, I'm sure you contemplated it.
Well, I was a year out of high school.
That's still
so
young.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And
I was
then
19.
Your second kid. Did you get child support alimony from your ex-husband?
I got about $124 in alimony for about 2 or 3 months, and then a couple hundred in child support.
Okay, and that's still ongoing.
No, I don't get any child support from either father anymore.
Oh, okay. They just stopped, or
So things have changed, and we've become better co-parents, I guess. And
gotcha.
it's just, yeah.
Okay. All right. What about reason for second divorce? Or did you divorce the second husband?
Yeah.
Why is that?
He made me become vegan,
That's a good reason.
and then
I've never heard that one.
so I was forced to be vegan.
Like forced.
Yeah, he said if I wasn't vegan, he wouldn't be with me.
Wait, was this before or after the marriage?
During?
Well,
Before and during.
during.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then
Say it again. Doring.
Hold the door.
and then while I went to the academy for my new job, he made me feel bad for being there and trying to make new friends. And he said, I'm here at home dealing with everything and you're just down there doing whatever. But I would be in a classroom.
Well, of course he doesn't want you to make new friends. You didn't. You're just gonna fuck him. You're gonna marry the new guy.
Remember how he met
You should be lucky.
Wait until you hear the rest of the story.
Yeah, that's-
is not over.
You should be lucky he didn't keep you locked away in the cellar. But go ahead.
With the vegetables.
Go ahead. Yeah, with the vegetables. Yeah, vegetable garden.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. What's the rest of it?
So. See, it gets messy.
boy.
While I was down at the academy, I met somebody,
Called it.
right?
Yep.
And not just him, like the girls that I hung out with down at the academy too. They're like,
Single.
some of them were in serious relationships.
Okay.
They're like, this is not normal. And also, he had a huge falling out with my dad. And I ended up going no contact with my family for over a year because of him.
So your family kind of took his side in a little
No,
bit?
no. So, no.
Wait.
He had a falling out with my family.
What's the whole deal with the academy or whatever?
Yeah, what's the academy?
You said you met a guy. You met some girls. Where's that bringing
so
us?
my training for my new job, for my job that I do currently.
Yeah, where's that bringing us though? Let's arrive
to
there.
Okay. I met my current boyfriend there. Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
So you met your current boyfriend while you were still married,
Yes.
bruh.
Can we get the sound?
Sorry, keep going. There's I feel like there's more details. Keep going.
There's more.
Okay, keep going.
So this time things actually did happen during my marriage.
So you're cheating. So this is why you said.
Yes.
So you
This is why
were
she
cheating?
said.
I was cheating. I cheated. Yes. Not happy about it. Not happy about it at all.
Not good.
So there's that.
But so I mean, like,
Did you tell your husband like immediately, or did
Yeah,
he?
when I got home,
Oh,
we had a
wow,
discussion.
That was a tough,
Turn him into a cuck.
Yeah.
And you told him?
Yeah. How
As
did
soon
he
as she got
handle
home.
it?
Not well. He drank like a whole bunch, fell down the stairs.
He wait,
Yeah.
what? Fell down the stairs?
He fell down the
fell
stairs.
down the stairs. Wait, so
She pushed him.
wait.
She pushed him.
I wasn't home when that happened.
Right.
I wasn't home when that happened.
Why originally though? Like when you framed it like he was controlling because he didn't want you to go to the place.
That was the first husband, I think.
No, I think
No.
that was the
Oh,
second.
that was the second one.
Second
Yeah,
husband.
okay, sorry.
I don't like
Keep
these.
up already.
Don't
I
do.
thought the second one wasn't controlling him.
He was
And,
fine with me going to the academy. He was
Oh.
more concerned that I was going to eat meat while I was
the
there.
academy.
Well,
She did.
Well, no,
his
like
priorities are all
cow.
fucked up.
Cow. He was afraid
Well,
of
actually, you
cow.
were eating meat.
Yeah, not vegan on that trip.
Yeah, she
Vegan has a whole new meaning.
is kind of different kind of beef, I guess.
Yeah, different kind of.
Yikes. Yeah.
Damn.
I'm a messy person. I'm trying to do better though.
Wow. Any other things besides this that you want to reveal
Arrow?
to us? Any other just I'm a terrible human being.
We should bring a priest.
Things.
We have a
I don't think so. I think that's the
the gist
main
of it.
terrible thing that I do.
Did you receive alimony from
No.
husband number 2?
No,
Did you
I
pay
didn't
him
ask for
alimony?
anything. Nope.
Okay.
We split, and he
And
kept
went
the
your
house,
ways.
and that
All
was
right.
it. Yeah.
Did you help pay for
And how long were you married to husband number 2?
We got married in 21.